Hi, so after making my first video, I thought that I would make another one. So my idea is to just find a bunch of recipes online and just make videos of myself trying them out for the first time. So you either get to see me do something really cool, or you get to see me do something not so cool and make a fool of myself. So today I'm going to be making dinner just for me, because I like to make big dinners sometimes. So I'm going to be making a pork tenderloin. Don't really know how I'm going to do it yet. I found a recipe online that I might want to try. It's called a honey glazed pork tenderloin. I don't have a lot in my cupboard right now, so it actually has a lot of the stuff that I already have. So it has balsamic vinegar, it has honey, hence the honey glaze. It has sesame oil, which I actually do have, which is a very strange thing because it's not really in a staple kitchen. Anyway, so I have it thawing on the counter right now. So while that's going, going to be making a few other things. I'm going to be making dessert for myself, which are just chocolate chip cookies. Who doesn't like cookies? Now, I ran out of semi-sweet chocolate chips, which are usually what you use in chocolate chip cookies. So I thought I have a big bag of white chocolate chips. So I'm going to be having white chocolate chip cookies, and along for dinner I'll be making up some baked potatoes, like cubed. I don't know, it's just something that I usually put together, so it's not an actual recipe. I tried measuring out all the spices and stuff and it just isn't the same. So if you want to watch and try to measure it out, go for it, but you'll just see me pouring it all together. And I don't feel like doing a veggie, so I'm not going to do a veggie. So pork tenderloin, some roasted potatoes, whatever you want to call it, and then cookies for dessert. So hooray for that. So hopefully you enjoy this. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to make is the cookies, because I can just let them cool and I can snack on them while I'm making actual dinner. Okay, so the recipes that I'm going to be using today, other than the potatoes, I got them off of a website called allrecipes.com. I really like it because you can share your recipes with other people and you can look at home recipes and kind of make changes, and it's a really good resource for people who don't want to have a lot of cookbooks. I have lots of cookbooks, but I still like the website. So the recipe I'm using for the cookies I've actually already used, but I don't have it memorized. So it's actually called, it's a little pretentious, Best Chocolate Chip Cookies. I don't know, they're pretty good. I wouldn't say they're the best, but I really like this recipe just because they stay pretty much in their shape. They don't go all flat, and they're really soft, and they stay soft for quite a few days. Okay, so the first part, I've already kind of cheated. I've already started. I don't like it when people do that, but oh well. I'm making a half batch, so I'm only making 12 cookies, 12 cookies. So I have half of the recipe. So I have half of a cup of butter. I'm using margarine because butter is expensive. So it calls for salted butter, so that's pretty much all I did. I just put it in the microwave just for a few seconds so that it's a lot easier to mix with the half cup white sugar and half cup brown sugar. So let's do that. And then you cream it all together. So okay, so you cream it until it's smooth, so pretty much nice and smooth there. Just gonna get some of the stuff out of the way. I like to clean as I go, so that way easier at the very end. I had a brown sugar. Terrible. Yeah, for people who keep brown sugar, for years I've always just kept it in the bag that I get at like Bulk Barn, and I just use a clip and it stays moist, so it's still really soft and everything. And I've had this since about Christmas, and it's July now, so it's fine. If you want to have it in like a big container, they do sell what are called like moist stones. So they're just little, I think they're pieces of ceramic. Then you put it in water, and then you kind of just dab off the rest of the water, and then you put it on top of the brown sugar in the container, and it's supposed to stay moist. That really works. So sometimes I just keep it in a container like this. This one has flour in it, obviously, but the bag honestly has always worked for me, and as long as you clip it really well, it should stay fine and air shouldn't get in it. Okay, so next step, it says to, after you cream all the sugar, you beat in the eggs. Usually calls for 2, but because I'm halving the entire recipe, just 1 egg. Beat in the egg. Oh. Now the good thing about allrecipes.com is that you get to review people's their recipes. So looking at the reviews for this recipe, a lot of the people say to double the amount of vanilla. So that's what I'm going to do. It says to do two teaspoons for the regular. So I'm going to keep it at 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. One, 2, throw away, and then beat it all together. Mix, mix, mix as you go. There we go, a lot smoother now. So then it says 2. Now, I changed the recipe a little bit. It actually says to dissolve baking soda into hot water. I'm not going to do that because I didn't do it the first time and it turned out really good. So I'm going to keep it as is. And 1 teaspoon baking soda, and I just got rid of my teaspoon, so I'm going to do the dishes. I'm going to keep that there just in case I need it again. Okay, so baking soda, done. Mix, mix, mix. And then salt. Half teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon salt. Going to do it over here because I don't really have a box handy. I'm gonna go. Mix that together really good. And now the flour. Hooray, flour. Add to batter along with salt, that's baking, stir, and flour. Now I'm going to put the chocolate chips in first because the first time I made this, I found that it was really difficult for the chips to actually mix in with the batter. So I'm going to do it while it's kind of, because I added in the egg and all the other stuff, it's a lot more runny now, and the vanilla, so that's good. I want a cup of chips. Really excited for these. Alright, so now you can see that it's nicely mixed. So recipe calls for how many cups of flour? 3 cups. So 3 cups of all-purpose. So that means 1.5 cups for me. Now, here's an interesting fact. Before you do a recipe, preheat the oven. Oh look, it's number 1 on the recipe. Preheat oven to 350 degrees. Let me just do that right now. Okay. Okay, so now that my batter is all mixed together, you go. Get to wait for the oven to finish preheating because I'm just great like that. So now we can put them onto the trays. So that's great. Leave it as a mess for right now. So I'm not greasing them or anything because I find that you don't really need to grease these. So I'm just using a spoon, kind of like a drop. So this should actually only make 1 dozen, so I might not need. The 2 trays. So you're just gonna plop it on like that. Trying to make them all about the same size. It's fine if you don't. I've always really wanted to make just like a monster cookie. Never done it. Maybe I'll make a video of it. I don't know, let me know. If there's any recipes that you guys like or whatever, just want to try to stump me. Like, oh, I don't think she can make this. Send it to me, post it in the comments just below, and I will try it. So I just looked at the recipe again, and halving it actually makes 2 dozen cookies. That's fine. I am okay with that. I really like cookies. So, and now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, I did make 24 cookies the first time I made this recipe, so don't feel too bad now. But if you are going to leave a recipe, don't make it like really exotic or anything, because I have to buy the ingredients and, you know, don't want to be going all over the city trying to find these exotic, you know, ingredients. I made Valentine's Day dinner two years ago for my boyfriend. It was pretty good, and I wanted to make it all fancy and stuff because I'm like that. And it had some, so I made like this funky salad. So I smoked my own shrimp and awesome. I say that word a lot. I don't want to hear anything about it. So in this salad, it had lemongrass. I've never seen lemongrass at a grocery store before, so I had to go to 4 different stores before I found lemongrass. So, you're welcome, dear boyfriend. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to make, but just if you do leave a recipe or something, keep that in mind. Just the okie dokie. So here they are going in. Hooray. We'll see what they look like coming out in about 8 to 10 minutes. We'll see. Depends. Every stove varies. The first time I made this, it took about 13 minutes, but I'm gonna check on them about 8 minutes in just to see. Sometimes dealing with different chocolates, it'll be a bit different. Because it's a cookie, I don't think it'll make that much of a difference, so we'll see. Great, okay, so that beeping means that it's done. Let's see how it looks. Oh, you look so good. Look at that. Look at these cookies. Look how awesome these look. Really good. Nice and browned. Perfect. So for anyone who bakes or or likes making cookies, I really recommend getting cookie trays. So the kind that I have came as a set of 3. It's really cool. And they stack just like that. So that's really neat. Okay. Okay. So here are the cookies. Yay. Let's look at these. Nice and golden brown, not too dark. So I will let these cool for, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes, depending how impatient I am to try one. So we'll see how these taste in a few minutes. Okay, so they seem pretty cold now. Still nice and warm in the center, so let's take a look. Okay. Really good. Not as good as the first time I made them. I really let them in about 2 minutes too long because the bottom's a little bit crispier than I would like. But thumbs up for the recipe. Well, yeah. Really good. I really like the white chocolate in there too. So, hooray, step 1 is done. Dessert is made. I'll probably put them in a container just to keep them out of my sight until dinner comes. So next I will be making the potatoes. So stay tuned for that. Awesome. Okay. So hungry right now. I just want it. Ah, tower of cookies.